Welcome in everybody to one final night of Division 1 here at RSF1. We have our final round, round 16 I believe. I can't even remember the main title. Round
Round
16,
16.
we're here at Spain. We have a short qualifying, full quali. I'm joined here with Matteo, myself, JD, Devil Noob. It's good to see you all. Everyone's just getting themselves in. Let's find out what we have in store for today's track. Is it going to work? It's not going to work. It's not.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you join us here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya as we proceed through to race day to see just who will claim victory at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and we welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector, shortening lap times and reducing the total running to 2.9 miles and 14 turns. This was actually the original setup for the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007.
And there we have it. And here we are then. Here for qualifying. Matteo, you looking forward to this one?
Yes, I am. It's going to be a long race, and what that does invite is a lot more time for some carnage, but also a lot more time for some good old-fashioned racing, which is what we love to see. The championships in both are already racked up. Drastic Blaze retiring there from the session. He has already won the drivers' championship, and the Alfa Romeo team have wrapped up the constructors as well. But there is still fights going on throughout this field. McLaren and Alpine are separated by 12 points going into this last race for P3 in the constructors. And there's a big fight between 4 drivers for P3 in the drivers' championship. So we've still got plenty of battles to be decided today.
Indeed. And we have a full 20 drivers here. For the first time, I think, possibly this season here in Division 1, we've got a full grid. And it's
the
good to
last
see.
race.
It's the last race. It's 100%. Of course, we see Drastic Blaze opting to start trying to go for a last first challenge. That'll be definitely something to ride on board with as this race progresses. We are, of course, on board with Diamond Douche at the minute. He's going to be our first car going around to set a lap. I'm looking forward to this. I definitely don't want to outdo ourselves. Steady on. We're going to ease our way into this evening.
Yeah, we need to take things slow and steady because
That's
I don't
it.
think any of us are going to have a voice by tomorrow morning.
Grab yourself a drink, everybody. Get yourself some snacks. We're here for a long one. Diamond Douche now starting his first qualifying lap. Matteo, take us through the lap.
Yep, so long DRS straight, one of the best place for overtaking on this circuit. Turn 1, you want to make sure you chuck the car in, keep the speed up, and then get yourself back to the right hand side. Through turn 3, you want to just keep it flat through here, line of least resistance. And then that's your sector 1 done, just like that. Turn 4, very, very long corner again. You get a lot of those at Spain. And then turn 5, want to make sure you don't lock the inside front and get down. Use all the exit curb, which Diamond Douche didn't do, but there's more time to find. Still plenty of time left. Turn 6 and 7, a little chicane, a little bit awkward, and then turn 9 completely flat out. Smooth on the wheel, open the DRS, and you're into the end of Sector 2, into the slightly more modified section of the track, Sector 3. The long turn 10, obviously modified a few years back, and then the long turn 12, long turn 11 as well, and then into the fast 12 and 13, which replaces the final chicane and invites a lot more fun overtaking. It's been a fairly decent lap from Diamond Douche, I have to say. Still time to find, but a 1 minute 12.003 is not a bad banker time to have on the board. Mm. Beautiful there. Yep. And yep. Oh, Crazy Fish there with a 1 minute 11.986. Into the 111s already, which we expect here in Div 1. And Nifty Nasri is just coming to the line now and goes fastest again with a 1 minute 11.901. And with how short this lap is actually, because it's been so modified, the track, it's actually quite close times as Grunty puts in a... As I say that, Grunty immediately just gets rid of that statement and puts in a 111.583. Puts 3 tenths between himself and Nifty Nasri. Mm-hmm. I believe. Let's see what bar now. Pops in a 1 minute 12.037 in the Haas.
I just realised I was muted for a minute. Apologies there, everybody. Just talking to myself. Yep, apologies. I bottled it already, Top Cat. I'm blaming you for that one. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you all. We've got 18 of you currently sat here. We are, for those of you who don't know, here for the season finale of Division 1. Let's start down now. On the mediums, by the way, sitting in that 112 flat. Very good time.
Yep, don't want to waste soft tyres. They are actually quite useful around here because the tyre wear isn't as drastic as it is at, say, other circuits. So, keeping some of those soft tyres in case of late safety cars, in case of, well, safety cars, rain, anything, basically. Always having a set of soft tyres available is actually very, very useful here at Spain. And so maybe that's what Darnell's thinking.
Right, possibly. MK now starting his dab. I think we're going to have Chico crossing the line. What can the Mercedes do? They're going to put themselves up to P4, 11.8, apologies. Very good time there.
Very good lap. The Red Bull of JJ Hudson going with a 1:11.781, just a little bit faster.
So far, Grunty is the car to beat.
Yep, so far. But we still have just under 15 minutes. Nope, we still have just under 12 minutes left in the session. It's amazing that we've almost had we've had a third of this session already. Amazes me.
Easton also opting to start from the back, which does surprise me because Easton, if I'm not mistaken, can get a P3 in Drivers' Championship.
I believe he actually can. Maybe? No, yes, he can. He's Grunty is at the moment on 122 points in the McLaren, but Crazy Fish, Easton, and Dan Burnett are all within very, very good contention behind. So it's gonna be very interesting.
Oh, MK trumps Grunty's improved time. Grunty did improve with 11.3. MK has just trumped that by a few hundredths there, 11.344. Aston Martin having a very good qualifying so far. His teammate, Muddy Biscuit, making his way through Sector 2. Purple through 1, purple through 2. What can Muddy Biscuit do? Can he tidy up and have a clean Sector 3 here and put himself on provisional pole?
I mean, quite possibly. I mean, if 2 purple sectors is anything to go by, I would say maybe yes, but
the thing that will hurt me is the lack of battery. He might have had a little bit of lack of battery come that last sector because he invalidated this first lap.
Yeah, so he probably didn't quite save enough battery for the very end of the lap. But so that's probably that would have only lost him. From what I can see, probably would have only lost him about maybe 2 tenths of a second on battery. So he's still got 2 or 3, maybe 1 or 2 tenths to find there in just the battery alone. I'm sure he can find some time in other areas of the track as well. So. But still plenty of time, just under 10 minutes remaining, so plenty of time for you to get your laps in.
Yeah, as we just saw Horizon Forte managing to put himself up onto the second row, P3 with the 1:11.5, a very nice time from the Alpine. The Alpines occupying the second row currently, a strong showing from the French team.
Yep, crucial in this Constructors' Championship battle, obviously, between the McLarens and the Alpines, separated only by 12 points, as I previously mentioned. So we could see a turnaround today if McLaren get a really good result against the Alpines. So it'll be very interesting to see. And of course, it's not the main championship, but it's pride at the end of the season.
Exactly. We're all here to have a very good race, hopefully. As less safety cars as possible. Although the occasional safety car might not be too bad. You know, bunch the pack up if they're getting a little bit too spread.
Yeah,
But other
exactly.
than
They
that,
have 1 or 2 safety cars.
we like chaos, Mateo, don't we? We do like a bit
We
of
do
carnage.
indeed. We do indeed love a bit of chaos, but we also equally love some good old classic wheel-to-wheel racing, don't we?
Exactly that. Crazy Fish now currently finds himself P10. Can he improve from 1:11.9? I haven't managed to catch his sector time splits, but finds himself around the last corner now. Up a position,
P9.
up to P9.
P9.
1:11.8.
Another one who was suffering from a lack of battery there, so I wonder if they're just having small issues with the lack of battery. I don't know.
It's possible. We've been in the Williams. I believe another reserve has invalidated their lap. They are going to be coming into the box, and imagine with their lack of battery. We also have with that Diamond Douchey coming around the last corner. Now, what can the Haas driver do? Previously on provisional pole, can they find themselves back up there? No. No, they cannot.
No, they cannot. As well as very anticlimactic. Gosh darn it, Diamond Douchey. How could you?
Evo, hold on, has not invalidated, but he has a full tank of battery. So he's going to be starting now. 6 lap old hard. I think he's just getting some practice in, if I'm honest.
Maybe. I mean, the hards aren't particularly useful around here. They're pretty slow tyre, to be honest. So, pretty useless. I mean, it's softs and mediums that are going to be your main 2 tyres to use during the race. So,
That's someone we've not really watched today. SLR Darnell, currently in P13, just starting a lap now. Will ride on board with the Haas to see what they can do. They need to find a few more positions, obviously, to get themselves further up.
yep. But obviously, he was on the medium tyres on his first run. So, soft tyres obviously offering a lot more grip. And you can already see just looking much more clean there. It's not a purple sector 1, though, very interestingly. It is a 2/10 improvement on his previous best, though. So, we'll have to see what we can do for the rest of the
Yeah,
lap.
they'll currently put him just within the top 10. Obviously, the Haas, they need to be doing better than the Red Bulls here. Very close fight. Haas on 123 points. We'll just have a little look over to that. Currently, obviously, as you can see, the Haas on 123 points. The Red Bulls on 151. Very close battle still for the Constructors' Championship for that P5 spot.
Yep, there's fights all the way down the field still, and there's many fights to resolve in this finale. And of course, bonus, it's a 100% race, so even more time for chaos and even more time for battles to be decided.
That's it, 66 laps of pain. SLR Darnell, that's a lot better from the Haas driver. Puts himself on the second row with the 1:11.433. A very nice time from the Haas.
Yeah, something I've been noticing in terms of what we were saying earlier about the battery is it's actually, I think it's just the lap actually just draining all of their battery because when they're going down the main straight, they've already burned about 30% of their battery by the time they get to turn 1 anyway. So maybe it's just the batteries being used too much around this circuit.
Yeah, especially if they're having to run double runs. It's a long straight, and the track is quite bad on your battery usage. Very easy to charge up, but when you're looking at doing that hot lap, 1 lap run, it's not the best. As Evo's just cruising. Evo is literally just cruising. Full tank of battery. Finds himself P16. Maybe he's wanting to go and start at the back along with Drastic Glazer and Easton.
Maybe he just wanted to be ahead of them.
Yeah, maybe so. Just wants to get some practice. Put the laps in. Put the mileage on the AlphaTauri as it is its last race of the season. At least for this division anyway. We have 3 more races this week. Division 2, 3 and 4. All following suit. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday night. If you want to watch myself race tomorrow night. Tackle. Oh, that's not the line you want to take, Evo. If you want to watch myself tackle this track tomorrow night. Definitely be tuned to watch. And anyway. Cars on up. JJ Hudson. Currently P8. Finding his way through Sector 3 now. I didn't catch the sector split there. Can he find himself up into the top 5? Potentially even up onto the front couple of rows.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, at this point in time, it looks like anybody driver could be in with contention. He only goes P7 in this moment. But look, I'm just saying, look how close it is actually between... It's all fairly equidistant gaps between each of the drivers. Like,
Oh, it's
down
that word again. I love it.
Hmm?
It's that word again. I love it.
Oh, equidistant. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gaps are all like equidistant between each other. It's about like sometimes it's a couple hundredths. Look at that Gary putting himself up into P8 there with in the Mercedes. Like at this point, it's anyone's guess who's going to be on pole at the moment. MK, I'm sure, still has a couple, maybe a tenth or two to find. He always manages to find something, and Grunty obviously hasn't had another run yet, so. And neither has Darnell, so it's going to be very interesting to see this battle for pole.
Most definitely. And we have to take a moment to appreciate the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Cornish, coming in with the 31-month resub to RSF on Racing. We all love you, Cornish.
Legend.
We all love you.
We all love him. We all love him.
If anyone is in the chat, there is Cornish emotes. Spam the Cornish emotes in chat. Let's show some love.
Let's show some love, and
As
especially
we
since we've got a
continue
little bit of a break at the moment and
Exactly.
no one.
Oh! Hold up! We have a reserve of Sher. Oh, go on. I was practicing this beforehand. Shreya. I can't pronounce the name. Shreya Razia. Shreya Reyes. Shrey. I'm just sticking with Shrey. I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher that else. Shrey coming in with an absolute stonker of a lap there. 111 flat. The Williams driver taking a little while to get some laps in, but managing to stick themselves on provisional pole with 2.5 minutes left. They're not going to have time to come in and set another lap. So that is that for the Williams driver. What about their teammate coming through 6 to 1 at the minute?
Yep, that is some serious pace.
Reyes. Thank you. Sorry.
If that's the pace, then it wouldn't surprise me if someone like MK or Grunty might even get into the 10s. That's only 400ths off of the 110s, which, I mean, previous years in Barcelona, that was completely mad to think. But with the new modified circuit, very doable now.
Yep. Eva currently has done 10 laps in this 18-minute qualifying session. All on the hard tires, just chilling.
Eva, I'm just checking. You haven't confused this qualifying session for the race, have you?
I'm sure he wouldn't be very happy being in P17 for the race.
Good point. Very good point. But even so.
Alright then. Wheelie bin. Are they going to bin it? They are lagging around the last corner though. That's not going to be good for the race. Wheelie bin puts himself up into P17. I'm sure that's what Evo wanted. I mean, if you've managed to beat someone on 10 lap mediums, fair enough. Wait, Shreyas Reyes was disqualified from the session.
Oh wait, something's happened. What's happened?
Oh no. Are they trying to get out of the way?
Both Ferraris have just retired.
I think they were possibly trying to get out of the way and they've been disqualified, being off track possibly. But they now find themselves down in P20. From provisional pole
so
down to P20. That is extremely unfortunate. Who else we got on a lap? Sorry.
No idea what even happened there, but also both Ferraris retired, so I don't know. I thought it was a lobby glitch for a second, but clearly not.
Dan Burnett not managing to improve, finds himself still at P4. That is it for quality. Apologies while I deafen up.
Don't worry about it, Jazz. Just JD's dog. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't me. It's the dog getting mad. Apologies for that. I will mute up whenever I can when that happens.
It's fine. We love the dog.
Who's going to be on next over the line? I've not been following. Is that going to be JJ Hudson? Is that there? Don't get yourself disqualified either. Max Verstappen's on an lap into the pits. That's going to be a McLaren.
It's going to be
not Grunty. Firefish up to P6 for the McLaren. Take note, Firefish is a Division 2 driver, so we expect 11.6s from you tomorrow, Firefish. If not quicker.
Diamond Douchey couldn't do anything there. Evo's finished his 12 laps on the hards in this qualifying session. And Nifty Nasri stays P6 there. The Alpine coming into the pit lane. And I believe this... And let's see, got another one coming into the pit lane. Eventually we'll find someone who isn't coming into the pit lane. Nope, there's another one.
Well, I'm on board with MK, who is currently on provisional pole. Only a few hundredths ahead of Grunty, though. Can MK... In fact, talking of Grunty... Grunty's into the pits. Alright, everyone's going into the pits. Jogger just wants to join the comms. Yeah, she's a bit too loud for that. MK could retire. Is he improving? I haven't. Didn't catch his split time. He's touching. Well, he does improve by a tenth. Just over a tenth. Very nice time there from MK.
0
on the season finale.
Not gonna lie, that was an incredibly anticlimactic end to quali. I mean, we were all waiting for everyone to do their last laps, and then everyone's just
coming in.
Yeah, we were looking forward to these last flying laps, and then the entire field was like, you know what? Nah, I can't be bothered to do them. I'm just gonna enter the pit lane.
Yeah.
So, well, there you go. That's qualifying done, and now we've got a 66 lap race ahead of us.
Yep. I'm going to take this moment to go grab a drink. I'm hoping Jurassic saw my message. We're taking a quick 5-minute intermission while they get their setups on. We're going to show you the highlights from last week's race. Here is your quick order, though, for this week's race. There you all are. There you all are. Beautiful stuff. We shall see you all momentarily. 5 lights then, TK. Bless us.
It's away we go in the RSF1 Division 1. Eastern and Evo both get a good pull away down into turn number 1. It's the McLaren going side by side with the Haas. The Aston Martin wants to join the party. That's MK6. But through the first few corners, it's the AlphaTauri partnership, of course, that continue to lead. Drastic Blaze still holding on to P3, but Danel in P4. Those mediums really starting to fire up. The McLaren of Grunty starting to get involved as well in a bit of a Haas sandwich. MK6 drops all the way down back to P7 where he once began. But Whatnell, Crazy Fish and Al Daff all doing well to maintain their original positions. Further back, Verizon 40 on the soft tyres, as we previously expected, has gained up 3 positions in the first few corners. That Alpine finds himself amongst the Red Bulls up in P12 as we run down towards the Mickey Mouse section. It looks like the AlphaTauris are going to go battling side by side. Indeed they are, but Darnell dives down the inside of Drastic Blaze. It's the House on the medium tyre that's really starting to get them fired up. A McLaren and Ferrari battle going on in the background of your shot, but you're not going to be worried about that. Darnell is up to P3. Drastic Blaze, his championship opportunities dropping down and down and down. And look at that at the back of the pack. Al Daff has gone round the Mercedes down to P16.
Look, make a look into turn 1 here. He pulls into the inside, sets the quickest lap of the race as well. Darnell, now your new leader of the race, up to P1.
Yeah, fantastic move by Darnell. The Haas really firing.
Oh, and he's spun!
Oh, no!
Oh! He's running, he's lost his wing, he's there, sorry, on the track. Is that not bringing out a safety car?
I haven't seen any safety car yet, not even a mention of a VSC. Shortly now, we'll see the virtual safety car being removed from the track. There we go. DRS gets re-enabled. We're underway racing once again, but look how close Drastic is. He tries to go around the outside as they run down towards turn number 11. DRS active for the Alfa Romeo, and there's absolutely nothing the AlphaTauri of Evo can do to stop that attack here. Be crucial, but look at this for the lead of the race. Drastic Blaze has made his move and made a move drastically. He has. Evo's up to P2 as well, so Easton now will have to settle for P3. Once again, the Alfa Romeo leads this race. Evo in behind. It's the 2 championship protagonists that want to lead this race and want to leave everyone else behind.
Yeah, so there's still cars almost go 3 wide. Diamond Douchey losing out 2 positions. Grunty finds himself up into P4 now. I said when they were going 3 wide down into turn 11 there. How none of them managed to have any contact and keep it all point forward is beyond me. MK looking to make a move round Grunty now. MK up into P4. Evo up into P1. There's overtakes happening left, right and centre at the minute.
This is the sort of time where the engineers come over the radio, tell everyone to relax, calm down just ever so slightly. But up at the front of the race, no one is relaxing. Easton up to P2. It's a 1-2 for AlphaTauri at the moment. Blaze will just have to settle for P3, but I think he's happy sitting there. He knows he doesn't have to win this race. He doesn't even have to. I think he just has to finish within the points, right? I want to just briefly mention a round of applause here for Verizon 40 up in P6 after not a great qualifying for themselves. They put on a set of mediums under that free pit stop essentially with the VSC assistance, and now with the mediums found themselves up into P6. They've made 9 positions over 15 laps. Back up the lead of this race, so Easton tries to go down the inside, trying to hold round the outside as Drastic Blaze will be forced round the outside of turn 12 here. Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri once again going at it, and the Alfa Romeo rather still holding on, but look at this, down the inside goes his teammate Evo up into P2. Textbook overtaking and very opportunistic move there for his teammate. We have a yellow flag further back though. That is Al Daff retiring, and we have got a safety car here in Miami. Perfect timing for the hard runners to come in, put on a set of mediums, potentially a set of softs, till the end of this race, but this is where things are going to spice up. If everyone comes into the box, these AlphaTauris are going to double stack. And we could see some drivers benefit from that. Speaking of MK6, after his earlier spin, he's managed to get back on the back of Darnell. He's almost within DRS range of that Haas car and potentially could start making some moves through the field here to secure some penalty. Speaking of the Alpine, it looked like a dive down the ins there for Verizon 40 on Diamond. He's going to make it stick as they run into turn 17. Fantastic move there as they run through the right hander. He's going to have the outside of turn 18. Can he hold it as they run down towards turn 1? I don't think he's going to. There's contact there between the two cars. And how have they got away with that? Evo, after his earlier spin, starting to recover some points. It's not going to be enough, but it will be at least some saving grace for the AlphaTauri driver further in front. Max Verstappen and Crazy Fish going side by side through Mickey Mouse here. The Rebel holds the outside. He doesn't quite have it. The Ferrari of Crazy Fish will hold it as they head into the chicane here down towards turn 16.
Justin Glaze wide, but pulls back in, gets up into the lead of the race, and he gives the place back. That is fair driving, fair enough, Easton. Justin Blaze being gifted the win there and takes the Drivers' Championship title in Division 1. As long as the maths are correct and I'm not making a mess of that, Grunty comes in, takes P3.
I don't think we're in for a quiet one today. It's race day here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and the popular opinion in the paddock is that we never wanted the chicane in the first place. That's now been gone, the final corner is much faster, and at 2.9 miles and 14 turns, we await the Spanish Grand Prix.
And we are here and back. I appreciate everybody sticking around and waiting. We got our tyre choice then. Everybody on the mediums, apart from Verizon 40 and Chico's, choosing for the hard tyres. Evo, Justin Blaze and Easton all opting for the soft tyre, trying to make it a bit more tricky for themselves, it would seem.
Well, yeah, but they've got abundance of soft tyres. They didn't use any of them in flipping quali, so I'm not surprised they're using them now.
No, it's looking like it's going to be a two-stop race here. Of course, it is 100%. Just to remind you all, 66 laps of the Spanish track. I cannot wait.
Circuit to Barcelona Catalunya, we have 66 laps of it. I've got a giant glass of water here, which I feel like I'm going to be drinking a lot of in this race.
Yeah, I've also got myself a good drink. I'm probably going to be getting through that quite quickly. It's about time to have hiccups. Good.
Yeah, I will take over for most of the comms if you have any hiccups, JD.
It's fine. We'll let you take it away for this start. We've got MK lined up, Grunty alongside him. MK needs to obviously take the most of this opportunity. We know we have a very quick Williams at the back of Shreyas Reyes on those medium tyres. Just pulling into the grid spot now. Opting for that attacking line, it would seem. Well, away we go then.
Yep, we are here. One final time here in Div 1 for RSF1 on F123. We are ready for the Spanish Grand Prix 100% race. And there they go! It's MK getting an absolutely electric start compared to Grunty. He's going to be unchallenged down into turn 1. Grunty is going to have pressure from Darnell, who goes from the outside. Beautiful move! The Alpines having a little squabble behind them, and the McLarens as well, of Firefish and Grunty involved in that. Good start from Darnell. Electric start from MK. Evo and Drastic Players at the back have already made up a few positions. Easton staying where he was, but that was the perfect start for MK.
It really was. MK already managing to pull that second gap. Really benefiting from the squabbling going on behind them. Evo and Justin Blaze. Evo already up to P12. We'll have a quick look at the positions. Kane all ready for this lap. Evo up 5 places up to P12. doing a stellar job on those soft tyres. MK, however, pulling away from Darnell, or just about trying to pull away from Darnell. That 1 second gap already coming the end of lap 1. Further back, though, we've got Evo making a move past Diamond Dushi. Oh, there's all sorts going on, as there always is for the first lap.
Yep.
We've got cars going side by side there. That Justin Blaze sticking himself out.
Yep, indeed. So and the first lap has now been completed. And one thing I'm seeing a lot of drivers use, I'm seeing that quite a few use and there's different varying levels of ERS usage. Some using not so much, some using quite a bit. But at the moment, it looks like the fight is between, as we thought, it's between the Alpines and the McLarens. Firefish is looking really, really close on the back of Dan Burnett, who's looking really, really good behind the McLaren of Grunty, who's just starting to drop back a bit from Darnell.
Oh, Dan Burnett's gone really wide there. That's allowed Firefish to come up the inside. Finds himself up into P4, the Division 2 driver. Stellar job from the McLaren there.
Yep, it's a 3-4 for McLaren, which in terms of the constructors' battle is doing them no end of good at all. They are now in the better position compared to Alpine, and now Verizon 40 under pressure from JJ Hudson on those hard tyres. Verizon maybe not going fully up to temperature yet, but he seems to be defending, and he defends very nicely against JJ Hudson in the Red Bull there. And he's holding on, but how long will he be able to hold on for while those medium tyres are still the better race tyre?
Yeah, great job there from Verizon 40, holding on those slower tyres. JJ Hudson pulling out to the inside so he can move again. Will he get this one done? He does. Nifty Nazi trying to benefit from that as well. Has to sit behind and wait potentially another lap to get that move done.
Yep, I'm very impressed with that with Verizon 40 and Chico. They've kept their positions on the hard tyres very nicely, and now they're gonna start bring them into temperature. As I say that, Chico goes down the inside of Nifty Nasri, so now those hard tyres are going to be up to temperature, especially for Chico at least. So they can be able to run longer into this race, and they'll have a massive tyre advantage towards the the middle and end section of this race.
Yeah, you keep going a minute, sorry. I think Shreyas Reyes is out of the lobby.
Oh dear. Let's say I think they are. I think they are. There's a lot of.
I'm getting them back in.
There's a lot of battling between. Oh wow, there's a lot of battling. Oh, I believe we have a spinner there. Yes, it's the Ferrari of Crazy Fish has been spun around, and they have dropped now down to P19. Obviously, just ahead of Shreyas Reyes, who has gone from the lobby. But I believe it was an incident. But I don't know who it was an incident between. I didn't quite see it happen in the background. Diamond Dushi is coming into the pit lane. I wonder if he's got front wing damage. Yes, he does, I believe, have front wing damage. So that is him on into the pit lane to put on a new set of tyres. Nifty Nasri losing out to Easton, and Chico battling away with Max Stappen and losing out in that Mercedes. The three of the soft tyres making very good progress. Drastic Blaze behind Evo, who's up to P12. And then Nifty Nasri's just been overtaken by Easton, who is in now P10. But Easton goes wide through turn 4. A little bit late on the brakes maybe, but he's down to the back of this of those soft tyre runners now. And we are now seeing the gap start to open up a little bit as well. We've got Darnell now closing. I can see now Darnell closing on MK really nicely. Just under half a second of the gap. MK maybe used a bit too much early on in terms of his ERS, and now Darnell has got DRS behind him, and Grunty is just staying within the DRS of Darnell as well, but is looking not great on the battery side of things, and maybe it's just dropped out actually. Dan Burnett is still has got back past Firefish at some point, and Firefish has got DRS again, as we see Darnell down the inside into the race lead, and the Haas takes P1 ahead of MK, but I'm sure MK will not mind that for the moment. And there we go, we've got Shreyas Reyes back in the lobby. You back, Judy?
I am here, I'm back. Thank you very much, let me tell you, you did an awesome job. Dan Burnett now under pressure from Firefish. Firefish doing a grand job so far. Finds himself in P5 all over the back of the Alpine within that DRS. Dan Burnett just 3 tenths off the back of the DRS of Grunty. Grunty does have the DRS of MK though. MK not finding that great start that he initially had. Seems to be struggling a little bit, but he is on the back of Darnell, making the move back to regain the lead of the race on lap 5.
That looked very easy.
It did.
I'm just going to say that right now. That looked like a piece of cake, and I don't know if that was maybe a tactic from Darnell, because Darnell actually now is on. Well, he's going to get the DRS down the main straight, but I could have sworn the gap was actually like 4 tenths, maybe half a second into turn 9. So I don't know. Maybe if he DRS games being played, but. Regardless, Darnell is now back down the inside of MK again and has regained the lead again. Oh, MK getting a little bit out of shape there. Don't want too many of those, MK. And now he's invited Grunty into the conversation, and Evo's got past Chico now in the Mercedes. So the soft tyre runners still making up positions, so the soft tyres still clearly are a good tyre for the moment, but it won't be too long in the next 10 or so laps where they be hitting that 25% cliff, as I like to call it.
Oh!
Verstappen and Verizon 40 coming together there. I think that was a bit maybe over aggressive there from Max Verstappen, maybe as we see from a young Max Verstappen in earlier years, but a bit too aggressive, I think, went down the inside of Verizon 40, and that's dropped Verizon 40 to P11 behind Chico, and actually it's Max Verstappen who's actually had the worst of that incident.
Yeah, it really has. Cars sort of separating themselves a little bit. We've got a couple of little packs fighting going on. The biggest scrap at the minute is for those sort of last places. We've got Chico in P10 on the last paying point position at the moment. A gaggle of cars behind him. He's sort of finding himself in a little bit of a gap here. He's within that DRS of obviously the soft runners ahead, which will be beneficial to him. This is a great camera shot. Makes the cars look like they're going 2 miles an hour down this long start-finish straight. Are we going to see a move further up though from Firefish? It is still on the back of Burnett. Burnett, by the way, has picked up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, but I can't believe we didn't notice that, to be honest.
Yeah, he's picked up a 3-second time penalty. It's really struggling out there, the Alpine is.
Yep, he's trying his hardest, but now the championship battle between McLaren and Alpine has really been shifted now, because Verizon 40 has been knocked down out of the points. So actually McLaren are in the best position at the moment, and Firefish is still pressurizing the back of Dan Burnett. And if I'm not mistaken, remind me, JD, isn't Firefish our Div 2 driver?
Firefish is our Div 2 driver. The one I want to be paying attention and watching is obviously this battle between Alpine and the Red Bulls. Was it the Haas? No, sorry, the Haas and the Red Bulls.
Yeah.
We've got SLR Darnell scoring massive points. Red Bulls, we've only got JJ Hudson there in P6. The other Red Bull have maxed up and down P15. Damadushi though, obviously down P20, so...
Yep, here comes Firefish. He's going down the inside. Firefish, P4. Beautiful move down the inside. And simple passes down into turn 1, it seems like, for at Barcelona, which is, and it's of course, turn 1, the chief overtaking place on this circuit.
I'd say what, Firefish definitely going to be one to watch for at tomorrow's race, getting this good practice in. Definitely taking notes myself, you can be sure of that.
Wouldn't surprise me if Firefish wins the race by 30 seconds tomorrow. Really wouldn't surprise me.
I'll try my best for that not to happen.
Yeah.
Further back though, we've got Evo up into P6. Let's just take a little quick reminder of positions gained. Look at those soft runners. Evo, Drastic Blaze and Easton all up 11 places and 10 places respectively. Our biggest loser so far though is that's Max Verstappen, down 7 places after that spin. But these soft runners, they didn't even need to start at the back.
They've just chewed through Hudson like it was nothing. This is like watching Max Verstappen at Spa in 2022, just driving past people like he just doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, it's Max Verstappen. Talking of which, has just lost out a few more places to Matty and Wheelie Bin there. Now down to P17. Going to try and fight back against the Williams down the inside into turn 1. Gets the move done. Williams opting to back out of that one. Wisely chosen. Oh, they're going to try and get the better run around turn 3. Very tricky turn when your tails start going off, but the mediums aren't going to be anywhere near that as of yet.
Yeah, Dan Burnett has got back past Firefish in the McLaren, but I think the battle you now want to be watching is actually the lead battle. Look how close it is. Darnell is at the head of this pack, but MK's just less than half a second behind, and Grunty is only 6/10 behind them. So Darnell and MK can't afford to come together because Grunty is right on their tail and is looking really, really nice at the moment. Just being pulled along by this front two and just being pulled away from the rest of the pack, in which now there's quite a big train now forming behind the Alpine of Dan Burnett all the way down to Hudson in the Red Bull.
That fighting between the Alpine of Dan Burnett and the McLaren and Firefish has caused the rest of the cars to catch up. Obviously, those cars being the soft runners. MK now making a move up back in for the lead of the race.
Oh, Firefish trying to go down the inside of Burnett, but he broke a little bit late, and a beautiful, beautiful switchback maneuver there from Dan Burnett. And the McLaren and the Alpine are now going to go wheel to wheel into turn 4. This is not where we usually see battles on this track, but nevertheless, Firefish does get it done, and now Burnett is at the mercy of Evo and also the other top runners of Drastic Blaze and Easton. Firefish is ahead of them all, but Evo, beautiful move round the outside of Dan Burnett, and then Drastic Blaze down the inside of turn 9. The soft tyre runners, they're very eager to make moves, and now we see there Easton going round the outside at turn 10. He's now going to get the inside for the next turn. It seems like these soft runners just want to be moving together as a pack almost. They're literally moving.
You took the words out of my mouth.
They're literally making moves at the same time. One person makes a move, the rest of them has to make a move to keep with them.
Talking about Darnell now switching back up into the lead of the race again. They're just switching positions with the Easter egg, but it is got some bit of time. Evo has now been released to try and catch up. Firefish fighting back against Drastic Blaze though. McLaren giving a good fight to the Alfa Romeo, who dumps a bit of battery, fights back up into turn 4 and gets a position, but that traction control on the McLaren is finding the exit that it needs. But I think Drastic Blaze is now safely ahead, along with Evo. Easton is the next to try and get past the McLaren.
Yes, indeed. And we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. I wonder what's happened there. It's MK. What's happened to MK? What's happened?
No.
Wait, hang on. Is that... Wait, what am I watching? Why did he drop down? What's he doing? I am...
Unless he's had a snap. He might have had a snap through the right-hander, possibly.
Well, possibly, but that wouldn't explain how he loses so many positions. You don't lose that many positions.
Trying not to rejoin unsafely, I'd imagine. He's fighting side by side with JJ Hudson at the minute. Very close. Not quite sure what happened to MK there, but he's found himself down to P8.
Yeah, that's not great for MK. He was in the lead battle, of course, and now that's just left Grunty and Darnell to fight it out in the Haas and the McLaren. And we can see that Easton hasn't got past Firefish yet, and I wonder now, is this the point at which we're going to see the soft tyres starting to drop off on the soft runners? And I wonder if we're going to see people like Firefish try and make their way back through, and it certainly looks like, just from the naked eye, JD, looks like they've got a bit more grip now, the mediums.
Yeah, Saf's probably sat on around 20%, if I was to take a best guess at the moment, on about 12 laps, possibly a bit over 20%. They could even be at that cliff of 25%. But they're still holding in well. Evo was 3.1 seconds. He goes a couple of tenths down, or a tenth down, sorry, through a couple of seconds of lap. So, yeah, I would safely say the mediums are starting to be the better tyre currently. The optimal race tyre as it stands.
Yes, indeed. And Grunty, fair enough to him. He's holding on to the back of Darnell very well. And actually, that's what this is doing for Grunty. It's actually pulling him away from the soft runners. And we see Max Verstappen there. I think he's had a spin of some kind, Max Verstappen. And yeah, he's just making his way there. And now he's down to second last position. Only Diamond Douchey behind him, who...
A long way to go.
Yep. Yeah, a long way to go. And when we mean a long way to go, we don't mean like half the race is still to go because it's a 50%. We mean, yeah, there's another 3/4 of this race still to go.
Definitely not worth giving up yet. Anything can happen. The safety car can change this race on its head, upside down, inside out, shake it all about. Moving on.
First time I've ever heard that phrase be issued with the F1 game, but
Oh, there we
now
go.
I have.
We're here to be unique. Five
Yeah.
pitch though. I'm massively impressed by the Div 2 driver. P6 at the minute, sticking with the soft runners. Obviously, what are the better cricket drivers? But doing a grand job at the minute. Has to be said.
Yep, and I think Evo, Drastic Blaze, and Easton have they've kind of reached the maximum point that I think they can do really at this point, because Darnell and Grunty are very fast drivers who they've had to have battles with in previous races. So it's very clear that with the soft tyres starting to fall off now, it's not going to be possible to get them. But obviously, one thing they don't want to do is they don't want to get too caught in traffic. So they might want us to try and stretch these softs as long as they possibly can. Obviously, that's going to be difficult, but that could be the best strategy for them to avoid being caught up in traffic and therefore your undercut being foiled.
Yeah, obviously a very good stint though. We are looking at a predicted 2-stop here today. The three soft runners that you can see, I mean, they started at the bottom of the pack. They've made their way up. I mean, we'll put it up on the screen for you. They've made their way up 14 positions, all three of them, through 14 laps of this race, or 13 laps of this race, sorry.
JD Shreyas Reyes just had a little spin down at turn 1. I saw the ghosted car and thought, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah,
But,
Shreyas not having a great time out there after that disconnect. Yeah. And obviously having being disqualified out of quality as well, which
Yeah, that
certainly
probably
wasn't
didn't
going to help. No, not at all.
Yeah. Although on the positive side, if that had been pole position, which it would have been, it also would have made the disconnection ever the more disheartening. So, and we see Drastic Blaze, the first of the soft runners, and the first of these cars to come in for a scheduled pit stop. So he wants to get ahead of that train with him, Evo, and Easton in it. So let's see, into the pit lane, and it's a set of medium tyres that he goes on to in the Alfa Romeo.
A soft medium for Drastic Blaze then.
Yep. Yeah, I'm very much. Oh, a safety car there. And it's MK again. MK's had another spin. Ooh, oh dear. Oh dear, MK. Fighting at the front less than 10 laps ago. And now he's down to P14. My, a few errors there costing MK very dearly. And, oh no, oh goodness, almost made it the barrier there, MK.
Might be having brake issues in the Aston Martin. Is struggling to get the car stopped and around the turns. Definitely don't give up, MK. Don't quit.
Don't quit, MK. You've still got plenty of time left in this race. Just keep going.
Keep your head down. You've got this. You've got this.
Yep.
We've got a very close battle further up ahead. That is with Nifty Nasri out the back, Matty, Muddy Biscuit, and Gary. All having a close little scrap for that last paying points position. All the DRS wide open. Not managing to close down on the Mercedes though. Muddy Biscuit, obviously, the second car in this train.
Sorry to interrupt. There's a small little battle going on between Verizon 40 and JJ Hudson. I thought for a second Verizon 40 was going to make his way right the way around the outside of turn 1 on JJ Hudson. And,
unfortunately, we see MK retire from the race.
Very sad. Very sad. Very sorry to hear that, MK. And we have our first retiree from this Spanish Grand Prix. Back to what I was saying about Verizon 40, though. Thought I was going to make a move on the outside of turn 1 against JJ Hudson, but not quite. Beautifully defended there from the Red Bull, and he's got both the hard runners who will no doubt be getting more and more confident as their tyres get better compared to the mediums.
MK saying that was horrific. It's unfortunate to see you go. A lot of laps left. Still plenty that can happen in this race. We should soon see. Grunty was very close to the back of Darnell through sector 2 there. Dropped off a little bit now. Is he going to look to make a move? He is. Grunty's making a move. for the lead of the race now, starting on lap 17 of 66. The McLaren of Grunty, 36, up into the lead.
Yep, JJ Hudson has lost 2 places to both the half runners of Chico and Verizon 40, so very, very nice, sleek double move there. I think they've got to work together. Verizon 40 and Chico have got to work together if they want to make any progress in this race, because they're P7, they're a few seconds behind Dan Burnett. So they've got to kind of use each other to get back up to that next train of cars. Something very interesting is that Easton and Evo, they've been chugging along at their own pace on those soft tyres, both AlphaTauris, and they haven't responded to Drastic Blaze's pit stop. So we will have to see what that entails for the rest of this race, but Evo just currently dragging his teammate along, and he's actually closed the gap to the leaders by just under half a second, I think. So it's not over, and I reckon there's still a very, very, very good chance that either Drastic Blaze or one of the AlphaTauris could still win this race.
Yeah, it is a very good opportunity. I'm quite surprised that neither of them have responded to Drastic coming in. The Drastic P16 at the moment, making moves further back on the back of the Williams of Wheelie Bin at the minute. Pulls back in, gonna get DRS.
Maybe they just want to offset the tyres, possibly. Tyre advantage is a big factor in this F1 game, so that could possibly be the reason. Hey, anyways, we still have the battle out in front. Darnell has repassed Grunty once again, and I reckon that lead's going to be swapping around quite a few times, so I'm not going to say every single time.
Yeah, they don't want to be scrapping too much. Evo's gap a few laps ago was 3 seconds. Has managed to bring it back down to 2 seconds now. So he's still closing on those old soft tyres. We got told earlier the soft should go for around 19 laps. So I expect to see Evo and Easton boxing very soon. Obviously, they want to be careful not to double stack. Maybe perhaps they're just waiting for each other to respond. Possibly.
It's very possible. Crazy Fish losing out there to Drastic Blaze on the newer tyres. And now Drastic Blaze is into a little bit more of a free air. Now 3.5 seconds to the next car, which is Nifty Nasri. So they still have plenty of time. And if I was Drastic Blaze, I'd be starting to sort of just kick back a little bit and just take it out of gear a little bit. Just save the tyres for the time being, because at the moment, you're going to be ahead of Evo and Easton, and keeping your tyres intact is one of the chief things you need to do in this F1 game if you want to have a good race. Isn't that right?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely nesting your tyres, looking after... Reyes has retired in the pits. That's unfortunate there from a reserve driver in the Williams, who did initially put a time that was good enough for pole, but then had found themselves disqualified out of qualifying.
How the mighty have fallen.
Indeed. Drastic Blaze now 2.2 seconds off the back of their teammate Nifty Nasri, who again is another Div 2 driver, doing very well in P13 at the moment. Yet to box. Just waiting for this yellow flag to hopefully disappear as quick as possible. Although safety car right now, wow, that would spice things up.
That would very much spice things up, and it would very much help Easton and Evo out of all of the drivers, because they're on the soft tyres, and obviously this is the time they would come in to box anyway. So as we see Nifty Nasri get out of the way of his teammate by coming into the pit lane to put on a new set of tyres. And yeah. I wonder what it's going to be. Another set of mediums, hards, softs. At this point, it's anyone's guess what tyre it probably could be. And let's see, into the pit, it's going to be a set of hard compound tyres for the Alfa Romeo.
Very good choice there, actually, I think. Could take them very long, opt for the softs at the very end of the race. It could be a very good strat there for the Alfa Romeo. And they've got a nice bit of clean air to go get an undercut now.
Yep. Comes out ahead of Diamond Duchy as well. Ooh. Can we, everyone in chat, and JD included, can we just give us a little round of applause for Diamond Duchy? Continuing on, despite the damage that he has sustained early in the race, he's continuing on and persevering, which is what we absolutely love to see in races.
I fully agree.
Yep, keep going. Never know. There's always the chance. I mean, This is F1 league. This is F1 league racing. This is not a dig at RSF1 in any way, but this is just general league racing. Anything can happen, and it usually does. To quote the great man Murray Walker.
Exactly. No, I couldn't agree more. But we got moves further back. That is Justin Glaze making moves. Getting past Muddy Biscuit now before turn 1. In fact, halfway down the straight. Muddy Biscuit making that easy. I say making it easy. Oh, I almost thought they were going to have a little send back into turn 1, but opts to stay behind. Justin Glaze now up to P11, making good ground on those new medium tyres. Compared to Evo and Easton, now on 20 laps. Oh, surely they've got to be coming in within the next lap or two.
Possibly, but I reckon they could. I mean, oh, that's
Gary running a little bit deep there, getting caught up on the back of Justin Glaze. And a little bit of a lock up there from the Mercedes, but manages to do well to get the car controlled. Only manages to lose a couple of positions from that.
As a man who has only recently turned off his ABS and is trying still to learn it, turn 5 at Barcelona is one of my most hated corners in the F1 calendar for no ABS.
Oh, I love that turn.
I swear I lock up every single time I go through that corner, but yeah, very easy corner to make mistakes that you can either run wide, you can get on the curb, you can get on the marbles, anything. As we see Evo there, dropping down behind Easton, swapping around there, and honestly, this is something to say. Easton and Evo, they're only 1.3 seconds off of Grunty, and that means they're only less than 1.5 seconds off of the race lead. They're almost within the DRS of that lead train, which is just astonishing considering they're on 21 lap old soft tyres, and they're still faster than the guys in front.
And have more battery, and are now within that DRS range. The thing is, the two AlphaTauris have been working together, whereas Grunty and Darnell have been scrapping almost a little bit, and that's what's costing the time. Easton and Evo absolutely cooking on the soft tyres, and they got the DRS, which is perfect, so they can just get dragged forward, potentially get an overtake.
With their bun, I reckon there's a good chance that Easton and Evo are trying to take these tyres so they can go medium and then soft again at the end. Have the fastest tyres to go on every single time, because they have to use a different tyre during the race, obviously, and that would be the medium. That would have to be the mediums because it's the faster tyre. But I wonder if they're doing that just to open up because it opens. If they take the soft tyres long enough here, it opens up options in the final part of the race, whether you go for another set of mediums or whether you go for another set of soft tyres at the end. And of course, they will both have sets of soft tyres in abundance because they did not do qualifying.
Yeah, as we're looking further back, Frozen 40 getting past the Mercedes of Chico. Justin Glaze also getting past JJ Hudson of the P7 and P9 respectively.
Drastic Blaze is making really good progress on those medium tyres, as we would expect. Obviously the champion of Div 1 here in RSF1, showing why he is the #1 driver in the top echelon division of this racing league.
Oh, most definitely.
And I think it's finally time we switch back to the lead battle again and properly focus on it, because now it's, look at this, 4 cars separated by about 2 seconds. This is what we want to see.
Yeah, we've got SR Darnell, followed by Grunty, Easton and Evo, the two AlphaTauri teammates. Going to be looking to try and, well, they might not even look to attack here. They might just sit back, recharge their battery, knowing that the tyres ahead are better, and just going to let them get dragged along with some DRS.
That is indeed what they're doing. I saw Easton there, just conserving a bit, and did some lifting and coasting as well. We've got Gary and Crazy Fish in the pit lane, and Gary onto a set of medium tyres, I believe there. Yep, and Crazy Fish onto a set of medium tyres as well. Yes, indeed. So both onto brand new set of medium tyres, and there is Diamond Douchey. This is the first little battle he's seen all race. And look at that, they're getting a wheel to wheel into turn 1, and Diamond Douchey almost getting ahead of Crazy Fish there. Good defense from Crazy Fish on the cold tyres, of course.
Just actually notice, it's worth noting, Easton has underfueled, I believe. He's actually got an
Has he?
orange flash on his fuel, which would explain the lifting ghostness. He's actually trying to gain fuel as he's going around. All whilst... Oh, I was about to say, I thought you were going to overtake. The two cars are boxed ahead.
Oh, they're in the box. And this is amazing to me. Evo and Easton started on soft tyres. They're going further than the two leaders who started on medium tyres. It's another set of mediums for Drastic. It's another set of mediums for Gunty. Wow. So Darnell has clearly seen the pace that those soft tyres have, and they will go for a long time in this race. So now he's put on a set of soft tyres. So maybe what we're discovering here is, although the medium's supposed to be the better race tyre, apparently the softs can last just as long and have just as much pace if you get over that cliff drop.
Yeah. Easton, he's pulled a gap from his teammate, but he's also coasting quite a lot. Even though at the pace, Easton just that much quicker.
Possible. I mean, it's very possible, but maybe he's just conserved his tyres a little bit better, because of course Evo was the one ahead of Easton that entire first bit of this race. So now Easton is the one in the lead and has probably conserved his tyres a bit more as he now comes into the box for a new set of tyres, and surely Evo continues on, and yes, he does continue on for one more lap, understandably, to avoid a double stacking. And Dan Burnett also coming into the pit lane as well. And Firefish continues on as well in the McLaren. I highly expected there to be a set of medium tyres waiting for Easton. Indeed, there is a set of medium tyres waiting for Easton to go on to. And then we've got Dan Burnett putting on a set of another set of medium tyres for him. And Muddy Biscuit also coming into the pit lane, and it's a set of soft tyres for him. So clearly, everybody is seeing the pace that the three soft runners had and how long they were able to take the tyres. And clearly they've thought, maybe these soft tyres aren't actually as bad as we thought. So, that's useful information for absolutely everyone in this race.
Yeah, Justin Blades, a hell of an undercut on Easton. Obviously up in P3 at the moment, 1.2 seconds off the back of Firefish and Evo and Firefish obviously both yet to box, as well as Horizon 40, Chico, Max Stappen, and Damadushi, I believe.
Indeed, we are reaching this. We're reaching the halfway point of the race now. I mean, this is usually the time we'd be starting to get very hyped up, because we're getting towards the last end of the race. But oh no, we're not quite done yet. Still got a long way in this race still to go yet.
Long way to go. No VSCs or safety cars as of yet. It's been a very clean race. Still got 18 drivers remaining. Darnell and Grunty fighting now for that P6 position. SLR. Darnell gets that position, lovely, before turn 1. Now he's got to use them soft tyres, try and close down the gap to the Mercedes ahead. 3.8 seconds as it stands.
Something very interesting to note is that Easton's only 1.2 seconds behind this group. And another point is that he went on those soft tyres for a lap longer than those guys on mediums. So that's really good pace from Easton, and it shows how quick the Alpha Tyres and the Alfa Romeos have been in this championship, especially Justic Blaze, and Evo especially, and also Easton as well. A good chunk of the time. It just shows how quick they've been this season. And I think this is a perfect summary of this season in pretty much a nutshell, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. Evo now coming into the pits after taking them 26 laps on the soft tyres. A mega stint, even for a 100% race.
He's nearly done an entire 50% race on those soft tyres. That's how long he's gone on them. But he is finally going to get rid of them, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy the feeling of a brand new set of medium tyres, which have gone onto his car. And let's see, I wonder where he's going to come out. He's going to come out next to Dan Burnett, I believe. Dan Burnett just making his way towards turn 1 now. Is Evo going to be ahead? It's going to be wheel to wheel. Does Evo stay ahead? This is kind of crucial for the race. And let's see, Dan Burnett on obviously warmer tyres, but Evo staying ahead. And now wants to defend into turn 4 because he knows this is the main chance he has to get ahead of the rest of the grid. And yeah, we can see Evo staying ahead of Dan Burnett. Crucial there for Evo with the slight tyre advantage that he has on Dan Burnett.
Yeah, further ahead, Horizon 40 and Chico. Did Chico get a place past Horizon 40? I think he did. Up
I
into
think he did.
P3 of the race now. Obviously, it's still yet to box. I imagine to see them coming in relatively soon. I don't know what the predicted pit stop is for the hard tyres.
No, I wouldn't know. I mean, we'll put it this way. If the softs can do if near 30 laps and have decent pace, and then the mediums should be able to do at least 30 laps, as we see Firefish now come into the race. I'd expect the hards to probably do 30.
We've got 3 wide going into turn 1. No, 2 wide. Thankfully, the Mercedes backed out there. We see Darnell up into P2 on his 4 lap. Oh, softs. How far can he take these into the race? So 26 laps.
26 laps from Evo, so it's very doable.
Apparently, Easton is currently negative in fuel, so he's going to be doing a lot of fuel saving. He's currently on the yellow at the moment. He's going to be doing a lot of fuel saving, but it's not slowing him down. He's absolutely flying through the field at the moment.
I think he's underfueled because of just the risk, because it's like, well...
I think they wanted the challenge.
There's a challenge possibly, but simple answer: safety cars. We've had a safety car in nearly every single race in RSF in RSF1. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, but we have had safety cars in pretty much every single race this season.
I think every single league race ever.
I mean, if you go through a league race without a safety car, congratulations to your league, because that is basically impossible.
It really is for this year's driving standards. But we digress. Back to the race. The pack seems to be spreading out a little bit. Our closest battle at the minute would be Crazy Fish on the back of Maddie Biscuit. Few drivers with penalties at the moment. Wheelie Bin, Crazy Fish, Gary GS and Dan Bennett all on 3 seconds.
Yep, so far the only drivers not to come into the pit lane are Chico and Horizon 40, so they're continuing on those hard tyres for even longer. So I wonder if they're going to maybe... I wonder if they're possibly trying to take these as far as maybe doing a one-stop, possibly. I mean, I don't know if you can have your input on this. I mean, it might not be the fastest strategy, but is it doable?
I mean, the game didn't come up with that option. I mean, I guess it's doable, but I don't think it's going to be the optimal strategy today. Max Verstappen, also another car yet to box, down in P12.
Yep, and after a few incidents that he's had, Max Verstappen, he's actually done fairly but decently to keep in P12 and still be in with a shout of some good points today. So, and you can say, I'll tell you one thing you can definitely see on the mini-map, Max Verstappen just losing place there to Matty, is you can see literally all of the sections of cars that are fighting. You can see the lead battle just going through turn 1 and 2 now. You can see then the next group of cars of Chico and Horizon 40 being closely followed by Evo and Dan Burnett. And then behind them you've got the scraps between Firefish, JJ Hudson and Nifty Nasri. And then behind them the battle for the non-points placings in this race. So very clear divisions of the drivers' paces today showing. And obviously it's playing very difficult circuits, so it's very interesting to see how each driver is tackling this race.
Yeah, we're on board with Crazy Fish at the minute as he finds his way up the inside of Max Verstappen. The tyres on them Red Bull are really not holding out. He really needs to think about boxing soon. Not quite sure what the strategy plan is there in the Red Bull garage.
Go as long as possible and hope for a safety car. That was the main hope. But now he's so far behind, he might as well just cut his losses. As we see that Evo, I don't know what happened there. He went a little bit wide. I don't know if he got forced wide there, possibly. But Evo's now lost a place to Dan Burnett. And now, so now we've got Chico at the lead of this train, then Horizon 40, Dan Burnett going down the inside on Horizon 40. And I wonder, is he going to try and pick off both of them in one go? Yes, he does. Down the inside, into the next corner. P5, Chico going offline a bit there. I don't know if that is for any particular reason, but then Evo there now going to be looking to get past Horizon 40 as well on those aging hard tyres now. Just as we were saying, Max Verstappen needs to come into the box, and he is in the box now for a set of hard tyres.
Yeah, that'll put him down at the back of the pack. Long race. Yeah, Max Verstappen, get your foot down and see what you can do.
We're just under half race distance, and we've still got another 33, 34 laps to go, I believe.
Yep. Another 33. We are at the halfway point. Once they start this next lap, lap 33 of 66, you reach us at the halfway point. It's good to have you all here tuned in. We'll run you through our order as it stands. Drastic Blaze currently leading 5.5 seconds off the front of SLR Darnell on those new soft tyres. Drastic Blaze already on 18 lap old mediums. That undercut already seems like a long time ago. Grunty P3, Easton P4 with Dan Burnett and SLR Evo P6, Verizon 40. P7 with Chico and Firefish P8 and 9 and JJ Hudson in P10, your last points position.
Indeedy so. Yeah, it's been a so far been a very entertaining race in terms of its overtaking. We haven't had any chaos so far, which only minorly disappoints me. Only minorly.
I mean, a safety car for a toilet break would be lovely.
Nice. Yeah, safety car would be very lovely, but for that main incident to happen, so and everyone is being very well behaved. We haven't seen a single VSC or safety car. And we've had half this race. I think it's down to the 100% race because they're sort of just mellowing out a lot and just sort of taking their time. Because, I mean, they've got more time to do whatever they need to do. They've got more time to conserve tyres, make the overtakes. There's less rush and hassle in making rashness and making these overtakes. So, I don't know if that's possibly the reason.
Yeah, we're going to see Grunty. No, Grunty choosing not to go past Darnell, closing the DRS early. As has Easton. Easton obviously trying to get the fuel back. He's in the negative at the moment. Dan Burnett dropping down 6 positions. He's in the. No, was that? Oh, sorry, that was Verizon 40. No, I was right. Dan Burnett did lose out to SLR Evo. Goes down P6. Verizon 40 into the pits. He'll be coming. Oh, he's on. Sorry, a new set of mediums.
Yeah. One thing I'm finding very interesting to see is when you scroll through the grid at half pace, full fast pace, you don't have to do it obviously, but you can see the levels of tire difference between everyone. We've got Drastic Blaze on about 25%, and then Darnell on just over 10%. Grunty on 36%, and then Easton is making the move now, as Grunty, I think, went a little bit wide, is now there. Oh, we've got a safety car! There we go, you know that safety car we were asking for? There it is! Oh, and that's so annoying for Drastic Blaze. He literally just went past the pit entry. That could not have come out at a worse time for him. He is on 20 lap old tyres. Darnell, Easton, Grunty are into the pits, and I suspect they'll be onto another set of tyres. It's mediums for Darnell, it's softs for Grunty, and it's also and I believe it's another set of mediums for Easton. But that is so unlucky for Drastic Blaze.
5 laps at TK. It really that is. Really unlucky.
Literally, could not have come out at the worst time. But Max Verstappen retired from the race at turn 1, so that was what happened. But as for the reason we've got the safety car, what this does do, however, is it gives me and JD a little bit of a chance to just have a little bit of a just a breathe out and a sigh moment. Just take a bit of a breather.
Exactly.
Just over halfway through this race, so a nice little interval between almost the 2 sections of this race, the first half and the second half. So we can take a little bit of a sit back and chill for the next couple laps while this pack bunches up and we get to see a bunch more action again.
Yeah, and we'll be back with you momentarily.
Yeah.
Alrighty. There we are. We're going back to green flag running. Oh, let's bring that back up. We got Firefish. Our Division 2 driver will take us away. Drastic Blaze did box. We did see Damadushi pick up a 5-second penalty for a collision with Matty. A little bit of contact going on behind.
Oh, good. I got back just before the safety car came in. Sorry about that.
That's absolutely fine. We're on board with Firefish now. Who's going to be taken away? He has gone out of the last corner. Firefish now, followed by Darnell. Darnell has not been caught napping there. Only 4 turns back. Have we got anything going on further back? We've got Damadushi going into the pits there. I'm not quite sure what that is. He must have had wing damage from that contact with Matty. Nothing further back going on. No moves to be made at the minute. I say that. Further up ahead, we've got Evo making a move past Dan Burnett. Up into P6 now, past the Alpine. And finding himself on the inside of Muddy Biscuit. Now becomes the outside. Gets that move done as well. Muddy doesn't fight that one. Sits behind.
Nice move there from Evo, just getting the car stopped in time. Easton now past Firefish. Those old hard, I mean, not particularly old, but like older hard tyres compared to everyone else is very, very, is going to be hurting Firefish's race as he lets by his teammate Grunty on those soft tyres to chase after the top 2 in this race. It'll be very interesting to see what everyone does now. Strategy from here, whether we'll see another stop or will some people trying to stretch it to the end. We'll have to see what that's like later, but we've got battles up and down the field. We've got Matty trying to pressurise Wheelie Bin in the Williams right at the back, but we've also got, I mean, it's just an entire train. Anyone can make an overtake here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Drastic Blaze going past Dan Burnett. We are before turn 1 up into P6 for the Alfa Romeo.
Yep, Chico going around the outside of Muddy Biscuit, and then Verizon 40 going around the outside of JJ Hudson. They're going wheel to wheel through turn 3. And now Verizon 40 on the outside of Muddy Biscuit, around the outside. Oh, he got the marbles. He just goes wide. One of the slight issues on quite a lot of F1 players have with this game is those damn marbles.
One thing I'm just looking, Muddy Biscuit on 13 lap old softs. Must have used all his softs in quali, and when he's put them on in the pit stop, they are did he box? I'm confused here. 13 lap old softs.
Yeah, did he? I don't know if he boxed or whether I don't know if he boxed under that safety car and whether his team put old tyres on. I don't know, or whether possibly, I mean, maybe he put them on quite a while ago and just didn't feel the need to box. In which case, that's a bit of a strategy blunder from him.
It is. Easton though, 4/10 off the back of Darnell. DRS now enabled. Easton started from the back of the pack, along with Drastic Blaze and Evo. They now find themselves up fighting for podium positions here.
Wheelie Bin has had an incident with someone. He's oh no!
Oh, and that's another safety car!
Safety car! I just saw that. So Wheelie Bin had an issue with, I think it was Matty or Gary or one of the cars. But what happened was they had wing damage. They got so they were coming into the pit lane, and I believe what happened was, this is one of the main issues a lot of F1 players have this lane, especially in its early stages, was it's the bump on the way into the pit lane. I wonder if that spat him into the pit wall. I wonder. That is very unfortunate. I'll tell you, this has handed a great opportunity to though. Damadushi, he had wing damage, had to box. It's like nothing ever happened. He's gone onto an older set of medium tyres, and now he's onto 3 lap old medium tyres, fresher tyres than anybody else, and now he just rejoins the back of the pack and continues on like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
When we had no safety car for 35 laps and we've had 2 in the space of 5, I think that just about sets the precedent as Dan Burnett and unsurprisingly Firefish is coming in. Dan Burnett though, very interestingly, coming into the pit lane as well, as is Muddy Biscuit, which is unsurprising. Verizon 40 and Gary as well, all coming into the pit lane. Soft tyres for Dan Burnett. let's see. Another set of soft tyres for Muddy Biscuit. So, yeah, he did have a new set of soft tyres. I think he'd just been on those tyres for a while. JD, in terms of that tyre life we were discussing. Verizon 40 onto a set of mediums. Firefish onto a set of mediums. And Gary onto a set of softs. So, another flurry of pit stops behind the second safety car.
Yeah, Muddy Biscuit, be sure to be happy. And obviously to go onto those new tyres. Hopefully won't find himself a victim to multiple overtakes on this safety car restart. But now we have SLR Darnell leading the pack. We'll have one more lap behind the safety car. I'm going to take this opportunity again. And yeah, have a quick drink. Rest the voice. Welcome in everybody. It's good to see you all here. Wheelie Bin said his brake pedal got stuck. And that's
wait,
what
was
happened
that
there.
MK?
Wheelie Bin.
Oh, Wheelie Bin. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Safety car in at the end of this lap, JD. I mean, I hope he's going to be back. I hope. But if not, I will have to talk under the, I'll have to talk while the vibes are going. So, we've got some banger music going on while we're getting ready for this safety car restart right now.
We're here.
We've got Darnell leading the field. There we go. JD's back just in time. Perfect.
And Darnell has set off nice and early, leading the pack. Caught Easton off a little bit by surprise there. But the one who has been caught napping is Evo. 8 tenths back, currently in P4.
Yep, JJ Hudson making a move in P6 against Chico. Really good move there from the Red Bull to put himself up into P6. And this is the best time to make any places you want to. And we can see Dan Burnett there, the leader of the cars that boxed onto that second safety car. They will be wanting to make progress. Lap 43, so we have still a fair way to go in this race, but the laps are starting to dwindle down. Now, as we see Dan Burnett right around the outside of Matty, that is tyre advantage and soft tyre compared to a hard tyre at its absolute finest.
Most definitely. Easton all over the back of Darnell though, still looking to potentially try and make a move early, get past the Haas, and then extend his gap and that lead further from the rest of the pack. But looking back even more, we've got Firefish, who was doing well, now down in P11, oh sorry, up into P11 from P12 there, past Matty on the hard tyres.
Easton
Now
is
just
looking really good. Easton is looking really good behind Darnell. Evo set the fastest lap of the race, but Easton is the one making the moves. He's the AlphaTauri going for the lead of the race, and he's getting it into turn one. And it is the lead of the race for the AlphaTauri of our CRF1 Eastern in. And he is now up into P1 with Darnell now under pressure from Grunty on the soft tyres behind him.
Grunty, which did exceptionally well under braking and not to run into the back of the Haas on those newer, should I say, quicker tyres.
Same age, quicker, better tyres.
Quicker compound, but has got Evo for company. Grunty's in a bit of a tricky position here. Needs to get past Darnell, but also has Evo right behind him. So he's looking in front and behind. That's not the best place to be when you're driving. Let me tell you that.
I think he'll definitely want to get a move on. Attack is the best form of defense, as we always say in racing. Attack is the best form of defense. You might well go and attack. You cut the car ahead of you, because otherwise you're going to get swallowed up by the car behind you, which is a very fast SLR Evo in the AlphaTauri. DRS has now been enabled. Darnell's kept up with Easton, and he's now looking maybe look at the lead of the race. He's getting close. No, just has to stay back. Probably wait for the DRS on the next lap to get it. Muddy Biscuit as well, making his way up into P12, and then Firefish up into P10. I reckon those who boxed under that latest safety car, they are going to be in a very, very good spot towards the end of this race, because people like Firefish, they're not going to be cutting it as tight as the other ones are if they want to make it to the end of this race.
No, I mean, the tyre deficit isn't that great when you look at it. About 6 laps from the greatest to lowest, I suppose, from the oldest to newest tyres on the track. So, I mean, on a 100% race, that's not really going to hamper the front runners too much, especially with a lot of traffic behind. Obviously, Easton in the lead at the minute. Going to try and pull away from Darnell the best he can, I'd imagine. Grunty doing well, sitting in P3, holding on to the back of the 2 front runners on those soft tyres.
Yeah, something very interesting to note is that Easton is still on 75% compared to Darnell, who's used almost half his battery, just over half his battery already, just trying to keep up with Easton. But he's used it to great effect. He's now got DRS, and he's going to stay behind again going into turn 1. This is... League Racing, I like to refer to it as like a game of chess. Right, you've got to play your moves correctly if you want to make these moves, if you want to make any headway.
Not sure what happened to Matty further back. Finds himself down there in P16. I think he just lost space of 4 or 5 positions over the course of that last lap.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, he is on old hard tyres, so...
Yeah, he will be struggling compared to the rest of the pack.
I mean, Crazy Fish is the same. He's starting to fall down as well in those, on that. Especially Grunty went a bit wide there through the little right-left chicane, and that's just cost him some time. And now, that's put Evo, but especially Lulu, who's back again. Drastic Blazer was screwed over by the safety car timing, is now right up the back of the battle for the podium, and that turns into the battle for the win as well. So, our good old friend Drastic Blaze, you weren't going to keep him out of this fight for too long, were you?
No, you really weren't. Drastic Blaze won't try and look to make a move on Evo, though. I know that much. They work very well together. But is Evo going to look to make the move on Grunty? He's getting ever so close. Pulls to the inside. Gets a move. Done.
Going,
subsides.
first place is gone for Grunty, and I wonder if those soft tyres aren't treating him as nicely as the mediums maybe are on the other 2 cars. And yeah, and so that is now Evo up into P3, and we're basically back. Once Drastic Blaze, I'm sure, will overtake Grunty at some point, we're back to sort of ordinary business, aren't we? It's almost like the 3 soft runners of Eastern Evo and Drastic Blaze. It's like they never left. Yeah,
it's like they never started from the back of the pack today.
You wouldn't know. I mean, we've been here for 47 laps. You wouldn't know that they started at the back of the pack, but because they're continuing their beautiful antics at the front end as usual.
You've got to love it, though. You've got to love it. Easton not managing to pull away from Darnell. Darnell doing a stellar job. Only 6 turns back. Crucially, in that DRS, Nifty Nazari we're seeing getting past Chico.
Yep, very good.
Another Div 2 driver in the points finishing positions here, as well as Firefish. Doing a great job.
Position on Chico is going to be pretty that overtake on Chico was very beautiful, also very useless at the same time because Chico literally just got right back past him. And Drastic Blaze has got past Grunty. Now, Grunty, I believe, went off the track or something. I don't know what happened there to Grunty. Something happened because he's dropped 7 tenths now to the back of Drastic Blaze. I wonder if he went off the track or Drastic Blaze forced him or there was an incident or contact. I don't know. I wasn't massively watching at the time, so very interesting. And now look at this is something very interesting to bear in mind. Look at Dan Burnett. He's now P6 and right behind Grunty on much fresher tyres. The Dan Burnett, who was the leader of that train of cars who pitted under that late safety car, he's actually in the box seat to be fighting for P5 at the moment. Maybe even a podium if he's got the pace to.
Yeah, also does have to worry about the time penalty carrying to his name, along with JJ Hudson behind him, both carrying 3 seconds.
We don't mention the time penalties until the end. We like to keep the action genuine.
Talking of genuine action, what's Evo going to do? Is he going to look to make the move past Darnell?
I mean, possibly, but I think at the moment it's sort of a tyre saving game, an ERS saving game at the moment. I think they're just all sort of chilling back a little bit because Easton, Darnell and Evo, and obviously Drastic Blaze as well, are very familiar with this position of them, all 4 of them being at the top of the field. So they're all very familiar with it, and they're all very used to working together.
Yeah, so the safety car would have helped Easton, who was obviously running low on fuel. Doesn't seem to be flashing anymore, so I think he might have sorted his fuel issues out during that safety car. Well, sorry, the couple of safety cars we had.
Well, that's what he was banking on. He was banking on a safety car happening at some point during the race, which statistically happens about 99% of the time in league racing. So it's always better to underfuel, and even if you don't underfuel by that much, it's always better because quite a lot of tracks you can just save fuel anyway. So.
Oh, I hate it personally. I don't like the risk because it'll be my luck that the one race I do on will have no safety cars. You can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, it would. It would, but I mean, I hope you're taking notes because obviously you've got tomorrow's race, so I hope you're taking some good notes down of the strategies and things. Good, very good.
Chico is a driver I've not seen before. I believe it's a debut race here today. Doing a grand job up in P7, reserving in the Mercedes, holding off this train of cars behind him of JJ Hudson, Nifty Nasri, Firefish, Frozen Force. In fact, it goes all the way down to Gary in P14. This is the absolute train of cars at the back. Along with, obviously, we have the train of cars at the front, going right up to Grunty. Grunty just falling outside that DRS. Really needs to get his foot down here. 1.2 seconds. I don't think he's going to quite do it unless he has a great couple of turns. Goes a little bit wide there.
Dan Burnett is the beneficiary of this, as we see Firefish getting past Verizon. Oh, Verizon 40 off into the gravel at the exit of the little chicane before turn 9. So Verizon 40 having some issues there, as I was just saying. Firefish was getting past Nifty Nasri, so good progress there as well from Firefish, who Div 2 driver, remember, is in a great spot, especially with Verizon 40 now falling down. That's actually putting McLaren, remember, they're fighting Alpine for P3 in the Constructors, so there is a very good chance that Firefish could be in a business, as Evo now is making a move on Darnell, trying to make it AlphaTauri 1-2 here in Barcelona, and it is an AlphaTauri 1-2 here in Barcelona. Easton from Evo.
Yeah, Drastic Blaze will want to try and capitalise, get himself out to P3. Again, it's just a fun race for the Alfa Romeo driver. He's already won the Drivers' Championship here in Division 1. And, I mean, I just can't believe Easton, Evo and Drastic Blaze in the positions they are, given they started on the soft tyres, all started P18, 19th and 20th respectively. And they've done a great job.
Well, we'll put it this way. If Drastic Blaze gets past Darnell, which I believe he will, looking at the pace deficit that Darnell has compared to the rest of these guys, they're just on another level compared to him. Darnell is by no means a bad driver. He's a very, very, very talented driver here in RSF1. But there's just something about Easton, Evo and Drastic Blaze that you just can't get away from. And it is them who have been ruling the top of Div 1 for most of this season. And look at that, Drastic Blaze into P3, as we see behind Dan Burnett is also getting past Grunty, but there you go. Back 3 positions to the front 3 positions. It's like nothing. It's like they didn't start at the back.
Well,
as
the
we've
biggest
already
gainer from all of them is actually Eastern, up 18, whereas Evo and Drastic are up 15 positions. So Eastern really benefiting. And Drastic Blaze was the one to pull the undercut. But obviously the safety car really screwed him over there.
Indeed, but once again, as we usually get in these races, as we have previously commentated on, I reckon we're going to get a stellar fight now for the rest of the race between the 3. All equally matched on pace, all wanting to take pride in this final race, of course, on not only just the season, but also the last race of Division 1 here in RSF1 on F1 23. No more races after this, and we will be waiting in just, I believe, a month or so's time, I would like to think. Maybe a little bit longer than that, before we get into some more action next game on F1 24, which is only half a month away, can you believe it?
I know, not long at all now. That is, of course, only for Division 1. We have 3 more divisions for the rest of this week, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. All running the same time, all running 100% around Spain. Definitely tune in to watch the rest of the divisions. And a few more championships that are still yet to unfold.
I was half tempted. Oh, we've had a spinner there. Chico's had some issue at turn 1, whether it was an incident or contact or whatever. They are now down to P14. But yeah, as I was saying, I was already half tempted to honestly join the race for the last race, actually driving. But having seen it was 100%, I was like, nope, I'm just gonna wait till next game. I'm just gonna wait a hot second.
Is that Firefish looking to make a move on JJ Hudson? Yeah, I think it is.
It is.
It's all over the back of the Red Bull. Moving to the inside. A beautiful
Behind them
move
as well,
there.
Horizon 40 as well. Trying to make the move on Muddy Biscuit, and he does make the move on Muddy Biscuit into P9. Horizon 40 recovering from that little error a few laps ago. So that McLaren Alpine battle is heating up a little bit towards the latter stages of this races. Now Drastic Blaze is wheel to wheel with Easton. He wants to get into P2 and split the AlphaTauris, and he does. Easton in 2 or 3 laps has gone from the lead down to P3, but he's trying to fight back round turn 3. Beautiful battling. This is what we love to see between the 2 of them. Wheel to wheel into turn 4, and it's wide. It's the marbles again, and Darnell is looking to profit from that. He's going around the outside now, turn 5, but Easton holding it very nicely. The marbles really do compromise you on the outside of turn 4. You really can't overtake there.
Mateo would be Div 2.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, Mateo would be Div 2.
I will.
Potentially
Yeah, we'll
borderline Div 1.
see
to
what-
be honest.
We'll see what the times are next game. We
Yeah,
shall
I mean,
see.
it's all going to be different next
Yeah.
game.
It's gonna. Well, according to everyone, it's gonna be a whole totally different game. But pretty much a whole different game next game. Which, well, if the community's anything to go by, then I have to believe them. But anyway, that's enough about that. But back to the racing action. We've still got a train. We've still got a train of cars in that. We've still got a DRS train all aboard it. Choo choo. We've got Muddy Biscuit at the head of it, followed by Horizon 40, who's looking to make the move on Muddy Biscuit. And then we've got Crazy Fish, Gary, and Chico trying to make their way up into P13, and does ahead of Nifty Nasri in the Alfa Romeo.
Some beautiful racing so far. A couple of safety cars, a couple of just driver errors, no bad contact as Evo gets all sorts out of shape. Out of the hairpin of turn 5. Manages to keep it pointing forward though and maintains the lead. Drastic Blaze within that DRS still, followed by Easton from Darnell, and then there's a gap of around just over 2 seconds to Dan Burnett behind, who seems to have fallen off a bit here. The medium's definitely coming into their own.
Yep, very much so. And the overall, Horizon 40 getting 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. That puts now 5 drivers on the penalty list, and both Alpines crucially on the warnings list. But Evo is just stretching that lead very nicely against Evo, and you can see there Jurassic Blaze pulling out of the slipstream of Evo. I wonder if the engine's possibly getting too hot, JD.
Yeah, it's obviously the time management as well. Trying to keep everything at the right temperature. Actually looking for a final little attack at the end. Obviously in the AlphaTauri Challenge at the moment. Had this last week in Miami. We saw how all that ended. Jurassic ended up taking the win in that race and obviously winning the Drivers' Championship as well. If we haven't already mentioned that already this evening.
I think we mentioned it quite a few times, but well, I mean, we might as well hammer it home at this point.
We may as well. We may as well.
We may as well. And to be fair, if we're gonna hammer it home, we might as well, because if anyone deserves to get their championship hammered home, it's Jurassic Blaze, because he has driven absolutely exceptionally this season, especially from what I've seen and from the races I've commentated on here in Div 1. He has been just levels above some of the rest of the drivers, and on occasions just been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, he says some close battles there with obviously Evo, Easton, Darnell. We had Runnard here as well. Runnard obviously no longer in the league. Dan Barnett's been putting up some good fights. Grunty's there, been right behind. And I'm going to say it again, Firefish, who's our Div 2 driver, I think it needs to be moved up to P1, to Div 1 here.
Yeah.
He's cooking in the McLaren. Get him moved.
He's too fast. He's too fast.
He's having a great race here.
Secretly, JD just wants less competition.
Yes, I want less competition. Anyone that's quicker than me, they need to go to Div 1, and that is final. Back to the race though, and we're already on lap 57 of 66. This last half of the race has sort of flown by, really.
Yeah, 10 laps. We're only got 10 laps to go. It amazes me how quickly this race has now gone by. To be honest, it's only 10 to 10. I'm surprised. I mean, I say only 10 to 10, but I mean, it's no. I mean, we obviously would usually finished the 50% races and done everything by now, but it's quite amazing that that it has taken so little time to actually finish this race. But we'll be done probably in the next, well, half an hour or so, I'd say.
That's Justin Blaze making a move for the lead of the race. He does up into P1. Is Evo going to fight back for this around the outside, around turn 3? Sits in behind. Can he get the switchback and the traction? He doesn't. He's going to stay there. Is he going to look to make a move into turn 4? Nope. Smartly played.
Very. So that's Jurassic Blaze up into P1, where we have seen him most of this season. And he is now at the head of this train. And although I only have 1 lap tyre advantage, does have the freshest tyres. So, and of course, those mediums will now be getting towards the end of the race. So Dan Bennett and Grunty, though, they will be hitting that 25% cliff, and they will be starting to feel the little bit of the heat on those soft tyres. Grunty especially on 23 lap old soft tyres,
yeah.
which he has to obviously stretch now because he put them under the first safety car. I mean, hats off to him, but he's got another 9 laps now to go to actually take these tyres. So he's going to end up with, I think he's going to wind up with about 33 to 34 lap tyres by the end of it, which, very well. I mean, if he takes them that far, well done. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a puncture, though, as we have seen before.
Yeah, Muddy Biscuit now up into P10. Now leading this train, but Gary is going to come fighting back towards turn 1, along with Crazy Fish. Muddy Biscuit looking a bit too early. He's lost out to 3, but oh! Crazy Fish has been spun, and that is nifty. Now he's gone in and lost the wheel, and that's another safety car.
Wow. This spices everything up. This is the exact thing we wanted towards the end. The end of RSF1 Div 1 in F1 23. What a way we're going to get to end it. We're going to get about 4 or 5 lap. It's going to be flapper open lobbies.
Flapper open lobbies. We have got some flappers here for our season finale. Div 1. Oh, what's going on here?
Evo's overtaken.
No, Jurassic letting Evo through there. Not quite sure what happened. Pulled off the track to let Evo go ahead.
I don't know,
okay.
Maybe
Maybe he's trying. Oh no, I think he's trying to help the double stack. Yeah, I think that's what it is. They'll be trying to help the double stack because I believe they are all in a party.
Yeah,
So some great inter-team play here. Yeah, you can see the gap from Easton behind. The Evo obviously pulling away. They're trying to pull that 5-second gap. Very smart, very tactical.
Well, they have to because there's a chance that Easton loses out to Darnell and Dan Burnett. And all of them are going to be onto the set of soft tyres now. In this race as once again 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Oh no, that could not have gone much worse. And the double stack actually executed perfectly there. Not too bad. Oh no, or not. I spoke too soon. And oh no, never mind. I think he lagged a little bit. No, he's ahead. He is ahead of Dan Burnett, so he's actually only lost one position, which is actually very good. Although something I'm slightly questioning. Chico, Verizon 40, why have you stayed out?
That is a very questionable decision.
On the strategy.
I am going to go nip to the toilet, so I have full energy.
Have Mercedes and Alpine got Ferrari strategists on their team wall, on their team pit walls? It rather seems like it.
I think they might do. I will be back in 1 second.
Take it easy. Have a nice little break, and everybody else as well in chat, take a nice little break from while we just settle down and prepare for what I have no doubt in my mind will be absolute flipping carnage when we get back underway again. It's gonna be literally open lobbies in a 100% race here in Div 1. The final 5 laps, final 4, maybe 5 laps of this championship, of this game here for these drivers in RSF1, and they will want to be ending it out with a bang. And when I mean a bang, I don't mean smashing the car into another one. So we are going to take a small little break, enjoy the break, get ready for the last few laps, everyone, and take a breather, because you're gonna need to be ready for this.
Alright, safety car in this lap then, everybody. 5 more racing laps. Verizon 40 on 20 lap old mediums from Chico behind on the 26 lap old mediums. Everybody else on the brand new soft tyres. Just waiting for Verizon 40 to take us away. Let's go big screen. There we go. Alpine followed by Mercedes, followed by AlphaTauri. Then the Alfa Romeo. We've got the good helicopter shot. When is Verizon going to go? He has gone now. Away they go. He's caught Chico napping a little bit there. 5 tenths is the gap. I don't want to come at this camera angle because I love it. Soft will definitely make it to the end 100%. The question is, how long can Verizon and Chico hold off all the soft cars behind? We've got Evo already all over the back of the Mercedes, looking to go up the inside. Oh, he's tapped. He's been pinned to the wall. And his wheels come off. Evo's out of the race. Unbelievable! What's happened there? He's been closed up and he's been thrown into the wall. There's no time. There's going to be two. Oh no, is that a safety car? I can't see a safety car. That's full yellows, but I don't see a safety car. Where is the safety car? Is that a VSC? It must be a VSC, but I can't see that. Just saying cautions 1 and 2. I think we are VSC running at the moment. We'll give you a little safety car. Bang, bang. Right, cool. So that is unfortunately Evo out of the race. He got closed up there. Not a lot that the AlphaTauri could have done. Horizon 40 now still leading the race. Got lucky there. And, oh no, I thought they were going there. Horizon 40 obviously with that time penalty to his name. We'll have a quick look at that. Obviously we can see these on the mediums. We'll get rid of that. We've got the penalties there. When is the virtual car going to be ending? Justin plays it all over the back of him. Ready to get that jump. Any minute now. Any minute now. Any minute now. It's a long VSC. Any minute now. And we are green flag running again. Horizon 14 pulling away from Justin Blaze, who has definitely not been caught napping. Darnell 5 tenths back. We've got Jay Hudson making a move past Muddy Biscuit. Sorry, around Diamond Douchey. My mistake. Around the outside, there's contact from the Red Bull and the Haas. Side by side, down now. Red Bull gets up ahead. Justin Blaze further up, gets past Horizon 40. Horizon really needs to do his best to hold on. He's going to have soft runners all over the back of him. There goes Darnell into the last hairpin. Makes that move stick along with Easton, who's trying to find his way up the inside. Horizon's been spun. He gets tagged on the inside. Doesn't manage to collect himself. He's dropping all the way down the pack, down to P13 now. Trying to get on board. We've got Crazy Fish who's got a drive through. That's going to need to be served this lap. He is coming in now. Horizon 40 collects himself. I believe he's going to be coming in, retiring from the race. Really unfortunate there. Justin Blaze already pulled a second gap to Darnell. Easton making a move up to P2. I think gets run a little bit, or Darnell get run a little bit wide there. Possibly had to cut the corner. Holds on to P2 at the moment. We've got yellow flags in second one. JJ Hudson has retired from the race. I think there was a bit of contact between him and Dan Burnett. Dan Burnett walking away without a front wing. It's all happening on these last few laps. Further up ahead, though, we've got Matty watching ahead of him. Diamond Douchey and Muddy Biscuit going side by side around the hairpin. It's all happening, everybody. It's all happening. Jay Johnson has left the session. That's unfortunate that he's had that collision. Looking further up the field, though. Easton all over the back of Darnell. Trying to make a move to P2. We've got Grunty trying to make an optimistic send down the inside. Gets tagged and spin. Firefish gets promoted up to P4. Anything can happen in this race. Well, all this has happened though. Justin Blaze has already pulled a 4-second gap. The win is surely going to be his here. Easton on the back of Darnell. Pulls open. DRS. Battery open. Gets the move up into P2. Firefish, our Division 2 driver. Can he capitalise off this scrapping that's going on ahead? He's got Darnell in his scopes right now. A great job from the Div 2 McLaren driver here.
Yep, indeed. Yep, indeed. So,
thank God.
I've just begun by letting you talk, honestly, to be honest, because like there's been so much action. Don't want to massively interrupt, but yeah, I did say to chat, I did say strap yourselves in because there was only one word that was going to be able to describe this, the end to this Div 1 season and time on this game. It was going to be chaos. We all know it. And I'll tell you who this has benefited, those incidents for Horizon 40 and Dan Burnett. Look at the McLarens now. They are now going to clinch P3 in the Constructors' Championship from Alpine because of those points. And Darnell, as much as he was trying to pressurise Easton, he's actually got pressure from Grunty from Firefish behind him. Could the Div 2 driver be about to make an upset and take P3 in Div 1. He's going down the inside. He's sending it as contact. Contact. Darnell goes round. Darnell. Oh, that's so unfortunate for him. Just maybe a tiny bit overestimated there from Firefish. Grunty has gone through against Firefish now as well. I mean, he was fair enough to go for the send on. It was the last lap, but
It was a little bit desperate, a little bit hard-fetched. But those moves have to be made. It's unfortunate that Darnell has been dropped down to P9. But we'll get promoted up with the penalties potentially if he can get through.
Very quickly before Drastic Blaze rounds the final few comments, big shout out to Diamond Douchey! Diamond Douchey, who was right at the back for so long, is going to end up getting P8. What a drive from the Haas man. I have to give him credit.
Definitely. We're seeing Justin Blaze. He is crossing the line now. We don't want to go off board any of these drivers here. They're all fighting for these last few points. Justin finishes P1, Easton P2, Grunty P3.
There's Gary.
Firefish takes P3.
And it is Firefish who takes P3 ahead of Muddy Biscuit in the Aston Martin. Grunty, Gary, Matty, Diamond Douchey, Darnell, who had the incident on the final lap, and Crazy Fish for the drive that, even though he got a drive-through penalty, he's going to finish P10. Chico having that incident obviously earlier on, and they come home to finish P11, and Verizon 40, P12 and P13 for Dan Burnett. It's unfortunate to see, but I have to say, JD, what a 100% race we've had here in Spain, and what a way to finish off Div 1 on F1 23.
I tell you what, they kept it clean until they didn't.
They kept it clean until they didn't. But I mean, what else did you expect when it was going to be 5 laps left? No, basically none of the drivers have got anything to fight for. What did you kind of expect?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm just getting everyone in. You carry on.
Yep, and yeah, I said to you, chat, it was gonna be chaos, and it delivered on chaos. So much action, so many collisions. For the first half of the race, it was a little bit dry for the first half of the race, but towards the end, it spiced up majorly. The safety cars bringing into play, the late safety car with the soft tyres added, and that little bit of chaos that I was mildly disappointed about wasn't coming along has finally reared its head. So, I don't have much to say, to be honest. An ending. What an ending.
Alright, let's go jump in pit lane.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with us a minute. Bear with us. Hopefully we're going to get our top 3 coming to join us in the comms box. What an ending that was.
Indeed.
Oh, I need to quickly...
Fun fact, I just got disconnected from EA servers at the end of that race, so...
Oh, well, that's always fun.
At least it was at the end.
Yes.
At least it was at the end. And it wasn't at the start.
Yep. Are we going to get any of our top 3 in?
Are we going to get any of our top 3?
Any of the top 3 jumping in.
I do hope.
If we can't leave after that race without any interviews.
We cannot. I mean, come on. At the very least, it's the end of the season, for goodness sake.
And a voice crack to top it off. Things you love.
Shut up.
Does anybody that is watching the stream that necessarily wasn't from the top 3 want to come in for a quick interview?
No worries, you may indeed come in as well.
Anybody from the race, obviously. Oh, we've got Easton in here. We'll start off with Easton. There's no one else. And Firefish is here. Okay, we'll start with our P3, Mr. Firefish, our Div 2 driver, having an exceptional race. A little bit of an unfortunate collision on the last lap. Talk us through that.
Yeah, don't cheer me up. No, don't cheer for me. That was rush of blood, rush of adrenaline. I got overexcited, missed time my brakes, and yeah, this is an undeserved podium. I mean,
Well, I mean, as much as it
I
was
mean-
unfortunate for Darnell,
Yeah.
if you take that aside, you had an exceptional race. Take that incident away, you can't
Yeah.
take away the outstanding race you had in Division 1 as well. I mean, you are definitely in the wrong division. So I mean, hats off to you for that one. Mistakes happen. I'm sure Darnell is not going to take that as a malicious incident.
No.
So we can move forward from that one.
Exactly.
But quality of the race. Take us through just your initial thoughts of it, really, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, put that to one side. Obviously, I've apologized to him and apologized publicly. So, yeah, put that to one side. Quality, really, this is basically a test for tomorrow if I race, because
I hope not.
I wonder. I don't know.
Um,
I don't think the league management's going to let you race tomorrow, bro. With that pace. With that
oh, come on,
pace.
I was close to Nasri. I mean, Nasri beat me in qualifying by like 3,000, so I wasn't too. I was annoyed by that, but yeah, happy qualifying. I got a good start. My aim was basically to help Grunty, because I was in a party with him as I was his teammate, and he was going for third in the championship. So my goal for like the first 2/3 of that race was to shadow Burnett, get ahead of him, let Grunty have the gap so he can catch the leaders, because I wasn't going to keep up with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, pace felt really good. I mean, car felt good. I've got to thank obviously Crazy Fish as well, because his setup was perfect. Car felt brilliant, especially the first few laps where the heavy fuel. So, I mean, to come away with a P3, again, I don't feel happy about it at all, because it should be Darnell on this podium. But yeah, it bodes well for tomorrow. That's the positive I can take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes me a
of
bit worried.
course.
I'm not going to lie.
Mate, I just saying, JD, if that's the pace, you're in a little bit of trouble, my
A
friend.
lot of practice tomorrow is needed, most definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, other than that, Firefish, I mean, strategy came into this a lot, obviously, with the choice of tires and obviously the safety cars massively impacting your race. Yeah, so take us through your reactions to the safety cars.
Well, it kind of threw my head a little bit with the strategy, because I was initially trying the one stop, which I don't know whether would have worked. So
Really? You were going to try the one stop?
yeah, it was
Fine.
mediums at 28, which they were fine until then, and I think hards were relatively okay. Again, I was just shadowing Burnett, so and before that safety car came out, the gap was about 8-9 seconds. I don't know whether he would have then caught back up when he pitted, so it's hard to say. But it was just basically just pit for the correct tires. I led the safety car for like half a lap, I believe, for half a lap before these guys flew by me. So that was fun. And yeah, that last one was just go on the soft tires and just try and build it towards the end.
Yeah, and of course the main talking point as well. Obviously, you're not happy with the way you got your podium, which is completely fair enough with how you do it. But I mean, on the plus side, you've helped your team, because McLaren did get P3 in the constructors' championship, obviously against the Alpines. So you must feel at least happy that you helped Grunty out there.
But the ironic thing is that I helped McLaren beat the team that I actually drive for.
Yeah,
So-
no, I think about that. That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Because I drive for the Alpine in Div 2, so I can help.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm
if
looking
you
forward
could,
to tomorrow if I race.
if you can hang on, I just want to chat with you after Eastern, if you wouldn't mind. Talking of which, Eastern, our P2, obviously Justic not joining us tonight, so
Sad times.
Eastern, GG's on another solid performance, 100% race. It's tiring on anybody's standards. How'd you find it?
Oh, sorry, I was taking a drink.
No worries.
Yeah, it was great fun. Obviously, started at the back for a bit of fun tonight.
Yeah. You seem to get through the pack by like
Yeah,
lap
it
15.
didn't seem to affect you one bit, apparently.
Oh no, it was scary. Like, it mentally scarred me trying to get past some people. I won't name names. But it was sketchy, to say the least. But yeah, it was a good fun.
Yeah, you all
Love a
seem to,
100% race.
yeah, all seem to move through the pack quite well with yourself, Justic and Evo. Literally moving solidly as a pack. One overtakes, you all overtake. And I think at one point you were the biggest gainer with 18 positions gained up in P1. We didn't quite catch what happened. You did you lost a position to Evo and then obviously Drastic. I can't remember what lap it was. I think we were looking around lap
50s-ish,
60.
I think.
Yeah, in the late 50s.
What happened was I let Evo go to try and because I needed to save battery because those laps I was in the lead. I was like not using my battery, but it was just depleting. So
Yeah.
I had to let Evo through.
I think you were also the only driver that underfueled, if I'm not mistaken. You were certainly the only driver that was fuel managing for a good half of that race until we had the safety cars. But that wasn't stopping you. That you were seeming to hold quite good pace even with fuel management, which was quite impressive.
Yeah, I was kind of using the DRS to the drivers in front of me to move forward. So it was like every time I got behind Drastic and Evo, when they were trying to fight through, I would lift off very early into the corner. Then obviously if they had a bit of a kerfuffle, which happened at one point, I got like I think quadruple overtake or something.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I just managed it that way using the DRS to move forward. And then obviously just working with Evo, who did unfortunately get absolutely assassinated.
Oh, was it Evo,
Oh.
not Darnell, was it? I can't remember.
It was Evo, yeah, he got
Oh, it
assassinated
was
by
Evo. Oh,
Mercedes.
sorry, I thought it was. Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah, he turned in, and Evo couldn't go anywhere, and into the wall he went. Yeah, around turn 3. Yeah, no, it was unfortunate, but a very good race and a great way to round off season 10. I mean, any final words from you, really? Obviously, as we're going on a bit.
Yeah, it was a good season for what I done. Obviously, I'd say I started about like halfway through, maybe even after that because I worked most Mondays at the start of the season.
Yeah, sort of joining in to
Oh.
help fill the numbers of it as well, weren't you?
Yeah, but it was great fun. Enjoyed racing Drastic and Evo all season.
Hopefully,
And-
more battles next season, season
Yeah.
11.
Yeah,
Lots to
yeah.
look forward to
Yeah, it
with the new
depends on the
game as
day.
well.
Yeah, I'm
new
looking
game,
forward to the new game.
new season. Hopefully, it'll be less buggy and we can get up
Fingers
and running
crossed.
from race 1, round 1.
I mean,
With
this
no
is an EA
troubles.
game we're talking about, so we can't be too hopeful. But I mean, we can dream, can't we?
Exactly that. Anyway, before I want to go, I just want to leave Firefish to very quickly announce the awards night that's going to be happening, as he just has a little bit more information on times and dates, if you wouldn't mind.
We haven't decided on a day, I don't think.
Oh, I thought,
I thought we had,
what we did.
but
I thought you had a date, but either way.
Tuesday, I think. I haven't officially announced that yet. Anyway, we did put an announcement out like earlier before a week or so ago. I got 2 replies, so that's just promising. But I think people are waiting until the end of the season, so
We have an awards night
probably when the
too.
race.
yep.
That
It's
will be
gonna be
hosted
next
by the
week.
comms team. Yeah, there'll be definitely one. There'll be more information that's put out on the socials. You can obviously follow the socials that you can see in the chat there. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on that one. More information will be posted out throughout this week, like I said. But for now, we are going to end. Division 2 is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same time. 100% race again.
Yep. Good luck to this man for his race, because I mean he's gonna need it.
I am indeed. But
Yep,
yeah,
good luck
thank
to
you.
you, Firefish, as well, because I'm sure you'll be back again and right on the pace again tomorrow. Of course, this will be a great experience for you. So,
Yeah, it'll be good luck to everybody.
And
But for now,